On today's issue of the Late Night Nerd Podcast, Paramount puts to war in Warner Brothers. The MCU stands for Mildly Connective Universe. And the Spider-Verse returns in live action, and the peasants rejoice. Coming at you right after this. Hey everybody, and welcome to this issue of the Late Night Nerd Podcast, where our crew of nerdy bartenders talk about the buzz in the Marvel Universe, pour up some conversation in a galaxy far, far away, and shake things up in the Elseworlds, nowhere, infinity, and beyond. The lights in my office are bright, but the one keeping me going on the inside gets dimmer every day, but I have caffeine, and I'm Walter Kraske, and back from the booze cruise, wearing the best shirt of the three of us today, Timmy Chilometer. Hey, buddy.
Welcome back, Tim.
Hey,
yeah,
good to be back.
And that third voice is going to be the man, the myth, the Mohawk, the best dressed cat. You're allowed back in New Jersey this week. Brian motherfucking Reynolds. What's up, buddy?
They got bigger things to worry about, like 2 feet of snow.
2 feet, like 2.5, right?
No apocalypse up in that bitch.
Two of my cousins flew back today, and I'm just like, good luck. The Northeast got hit, like depending where you were, certain spots in Long Island literally got over 2 feet, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw the videos and all that. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then it was like, so when we got the snow down here, obviously it went there and got worse. That snow barely did anything before they got the blizzard, and then they're supposed to be getting more snow. Like, this is crazy, dude. It's one time I'm happy to be a transplant.
I had no plant was coming after that.
The fuck is wrong? Is it bad that like I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, where were you going to go with the other word? We know I'm not transphobic. I can be a transvestite. I mean, I've dressed up in a tutu and met John Barrowman.
That's the story. Thank God I'm trans.
Oh, man. You know, every week I feel like I have to go to you. Well, this is how we get canceled. That's not even close to getting us canceled. So let's do it. We're not going to be on next week. We're going to take a break. Someone's getting a new car.
Yes. Not me.
Not you, but you're involved in it.
Yeah, I am involved in it.
Oh. You're going to be driving it back.
Yes. The Autumn is getting a new car.
Are we
look,
negotiating?
What was that?
Huh?
Are we negotiating, or has that already been completed?
It's already been completed. We're getting it from my parents.
Oh, okay.
So we're flying down. It's my dad's 79th birthday, I think, like 2 days later. So we're flying down, spending, hanging out with him for his birthday, and then driving the car back up.
Very nice.
I mean, what year? She's driving your old SUV. What year is that thing?
That one's a 2015, and we're getting a 2021. So we're upgrading.
Yeah, the 15's not like old, but it's getting there.
No, it is. I mean, it's got 104,000 on it. It drives great, but the opportunity came to upgrade, and with me having a 2020 and her having a 2021, we won't need to worry about a car for like a while. So cool.
I mean, I'm impressed that vehicle only has 104 on it. Is the one thing that you just said that stood out.
Yeah, but I mean, 11 years. I average, even my truck. I average about 10,000 a year on it.
Fair enough. I don't drive much, so like mine's still only like in the 80s. So it just I don't know. I feel like we use that vehicle a lot more, but I guess you guys do have two vehicles.
She doesn't use it a lot when I drive. I drive the truck. We do use that thing if we go out of town, though. That's our going out of town truck.
Well, yeah, you don't want stuff in the back getting wet in the truck, so you throw it in the SUV. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Well, enough about our lives. Let's move on to not great news. We have really nothing to talk about, but we're off next week, so we're going to do this. We have not great news this week. All the way around, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the thing that I think we want to talk about the least, because it does matter and it doesn't.
Fuck Paramount.
Oh, man. I now know way too much about this in the last.
Apparently, I just saw a thing that I don't know how truthful this is, and I'm sure we'll get to it, but that HBO Max and Paramount Plus will be combining into their own streaming into one.
Really?
It's
this is all just becoming a cycle, right? Like, so
yes.
Everyone had cable, then only had a couple streaming services, and now it's all streaming services, and now they're getting bundled, and they're going to become cable again.
I'm actually okay with this. I thought there was too many streaming services to begin with when we first started, so I'm cool with a couple of them teaming up and being, like Disney and Hulu being one thing, and HBO Max and Paramount, I guess, being one thing, and then you're gonna have Peacock team up with maybe somebody, Apple. I don't fucking know.
Let's say, well, hear me out. I have this great idea. It's like we get a physical building, right, and we rent out movies out of it, but we do cheaper than what Amazon Prime is costing now.
I mean, look,
pull this off
at the way at the way the public is going. I'm really okay, just like bartending one day a week, so that we can have to not rewrite the intro. And then we just don't have to deal with the public the rest of the days. That'd be fine. Quick shout out to Adam in the live feed. What's up, buddy?
Holla, holla.
So we don't know if it's going to get absorbed into one thing. Screen Crush New Rockstars did a bunch of coverage. Screen Crush has been streaming kind of every day. It's their new thing because all the ad money is now going to video streams. Like, that, I get it. I'm annoyed because Screen Crush has been getting in very spoilery territory recently, which is those are my dudes. Like, there's them and there's New Rockstars, and like that's who I trust. And it's for click. It really is for clicks, and I get it. You've got to make the money. With that said, they've been streaming a lot, and the main host there, Ryan, he doesn't like the Ellisons at all, to the point where I was uncomfortable watching it for the amount of times he made it very clear that he thinks David is not a very attractive man, which he was just like taking unnecessary shots at them, but that's the person he is. We don't know what's going to happen because we don't even know if this sale is going to go through. There's still a lot of antitrust stuff here. So basically, David's the son. Larry, the father, just has billions of dollars and buys his child whatever he wants. You almost can feel bad for this kid because he's tried acting in movies and not done very well. Apparently he went to like film school and shot his, everyone's got to shoot a movie. He didn't understand at the time that the $100,000 that it took to finance his movie was not common in film school. Like, I really believe this. I'm being dead serious. Like, when I say I know way too much about this now because of the last couple of days, I really do. I don't think he understands how money works, like straight up. Basically, he wanted a film studio because he's not an actor and he's not a very good writer. And if you go to his IMDb, you'll probably agree with me. His dad basically bought him a film studio, and Netflix had pretty much won. And this is where it gets weird. The head of Netflix went to the White House to have some discussions with somebody. I believe Pam Bondi, I might be wrong on that. Upon leaving the White House with whatever was discussed, that is when Netflix withdrew and said, yeah, we're not going to try to outbid.
Well,
we're out.
Trump has been saying things about and attacking Netflix for two or 3 weeks now. Because I've caught snippets of him saying off-collar shit about Netflix in his word salad that he likes to spew out. So I knew that was becoming a thing, and they probably finally were like, hey, pull the fuck out because our boy wants to buy this.
All right. This is not my style, but I'm going to. Why don't you like the Ellisons? Reynolds.
What? Me?
Yes. I know the answer, but I'm going to have you say it. Even though I don't really like going here with this, we're going to do it.
Because I feel like they're a right-wing puppet that is... I feel like all of CBS has turned into that. They're Fox Light.
What if I told you they are just profit puppets? I did not realize this. So do you want to know who they donated to a couple years ago? Which presidential candidate?
Who?
Joe Biden.
Okay.
The Ellisons, specifically the father, the son actually seems to be relatively liberal, but not bold enough to be that person. And he's going to do whatever dad says. Dad, it seems, really is just willing to give the money to whomever is going to allow them to keep their FCC licenses and everything they need without much interference, and they can make a profit. That's what this really seems like. Circling back to combining the two, there are a lot of hurdles they're still going to have to go through to get this sale done. That would make the most sense. Why would you have two different things going and have to worry about tech and app updates and everything on two when you can make it one? Also, personally, having both services, I feel like HBO Max, or it's HBO Max again. HBO Max.
I don't know who it is this week.
Yeah, exactly. You know, whichever one it is, I feel like they are the far superior streaming app. I think it's wild that Comcast backed away. I really feel like if a tech bro was really going to go buy it, Amazon would be a great choice, but they probably have enough money. Apple's the same way. Just no one really seems to want to jump in on this. We'll see. They have to pay Netflix something like $2.8 billion as a breakup fee, like Paramount did.
Yeah.
In the live stream, Adam's like, I'm unfamiliar. Yeah, this is David Ellison, who's the owner or the son, and then his father Larry does a bunch of his father Larry has all the money. David, it seems, just really wants to make movies. That's really like, and if this dude really has an interest in movies, the bigger concern becomes once this goes through. What are they? Because like you said, CBS is getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen with CNN? Because the Netflix sale did not include CNN. And Warner Brothers was kind of like, well, wait a minute. We can sell them the catalog and HBO and everything, make our money, and then build up the televisions that they don't want and try to sell those for a profit also. And here's the thing. All of these people that are not profiting, they're actually profiting. But the problem is it's these tech companies that want to see the same amount of growth every year. There was a bar near where a bar I used to work at. They got very popular quickly. This is a true story. They grew in sales one year 50%. And the guy that was running it came over and was talking to me about it. And he goes, if we could go up 50% every year. And I'm like, that's not how this works.
That's never going to happen. Never going to happen.
Yeah, be happy you got double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like at the end of the day, you have to understand your bar is going to have a max that it can handle, period.
You're gonna plateau.
Yes. Like that's it. So these streaming companies unfortunately just have people that are profit driven, and even what they're making is not enough because they are making money.
Mm-hmm.
So to get this number where they needed it, this is where it's getting weird too. Something like $24 billion is being borrowed from Saudi Arabian investors who they have given verbal assurances to the other people that will not be sitting in on the board of Warner Brothers. I don't know about you guys, but if we loan $24 billion of something like a $120 billion deal, I think I'd want to have a say of where this money is going to go. The biggest problem is all the media is just going to people that don't care about media. My biggest concern is that they try to tamper with James Gunn and what he does. And it's not just James Gunn, man. HBO has put out some really impressive stuff recently. And not even recently, like always has.
Yes.
My concern, a lot of people's concern is just they're going to go in and try to dumb it down. You know, like I heard the best example today is like, are they going to go in and be like, this Superman's too nice. We need a Viltrumite. We want our Superman to be a Viltrumite. Like, and that is the concern.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the time this deal is done and actually processed and through, there's a really good chance people making decisions not involving Paramount and Warner Brothers are not there anymore. So we're gonna.
I'm concerned for some of my shows. Like I'm concerned for. I'm a huge fan of Colbert. Huge fan of Colbert.
Yeah.
Colbert might not do too well on this. I'm a
John
huge
Oliver.
fan. I'm a huge fan of John Oliver. I'm a really huge fan of John Oliver. John Oliver might not do too well on this because I was thinking at least like when Colbert is getting the axe event, like I think he has a date like where he's done.
March of next year, if I'm correct, or something. April.
Yeah,
but there is an end date. You are correct.
Yes, like I can see John Oliver's in the same boat. Now they're gonna, they already own the Daily Show. That's already on Paramount, but like I can see like with the way that this all goes, I can see a lot of the political satire comedy that I really enjoy watching going away.
I agree with that take, and it sucks for me because I enjoy my satire on both sides. It's kind of like the Epstein files where people are like, well, what if I don't care who's in the list, lock them the fuck up.
Yes.
Like that's it. I don't care what side they're on. So, okay, part of this 60 Minutes got sued by Donald Trump and they paid him off.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that seemed like a payoff so the Paramount deal would go through. A lot of that also involves FCC stuff. So the companies that have television stations still have to get a license from the FCC. They have to purchase this license annually from the FCC to be able to stream on the air. That is why the government can go and be like, no, we don't like what you're saying, so we're actually not going to renew your license. John Oliver is not affected because he is on HBO Max, not HBO. It's not an actual network. But the problem, yes. So like he's actually in that theory, he is not in danger. The problem being though, if they buy them, the administration can still go in and go, well, hey, we still don't like what these guys saying, and he's part of your umbrella company. So it really is for me. It's less of a who's buying it, because either way, it's just rich people that only care about profit. At the end of the day, no matter whom buys this just seems worse for people in the industry. A lot of jobs are going to get lost. And later, what the repercussions can be as to what they're willing to bow down to. And really, like the stuff we love, like especially like DC, which I feel like has been on a really good run recently.
Yes.
You know, like I will never understand the Snyderverse guys where it's like, the Snyder Cut's so good. I'm like, what's your favorite part? The part where Jimmy Olsen ended up being a secret spy and gets his fucking brains blown out in the first 2 minutes of the recut? Because that was like, let's not, Scott Snyder, that's the no. Scott Snyder, no, wrong Snyder. Zack Snyder, like, let's not pretend all his decisions are great. James Gunn, I don't love every decision he's made, but fuck, a lot of people really like Jimmy Olsen. He made a better decision there, and he's made some great cartoons, and he's not afraid to take chances, and he's not afraid to make a comic book thing comic booky. And that's what makes him great. Anybody else got anything for this horrible news?
Nah, hopefully it's not as bad as we're all making it out to be.
And honestly, there's a lot that can play out, and this still might not. This really might not happen. A couple of the articles I've read have been there is more likelihood of this deal falling apart than there was the Netflix deal.
My biggest concern is that the fact that the government interfered and attacked Netflix publicly to the point where they pulled. Like that is my biggest concern. And I don't even know if that's a major concern or not, but I feel like I don't know. As I said, I feel like them putting their foot into this publicly is a concern.
I agree with you. Kind of an example of it. What makes South Park great? South Park's great because they make fun of everybody. They don't hold back on any race, type of person, themselves. They make fun of everyone. The minute you take away the range of making fun of everyone and letting creative people go in, like, yeah, it's not good because When you take the creative away from creative people, it goes awry. Like, I did not realize this. I believe it's Twin Peaks. Bob Iger at Disney was like giving notes to Twin Peaks, and then the show crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the CEO doing that? That's not his job. His job is to hire someone that's the creative control, and he's supposed to be the one doing. Like, it's just people. It's people up top overseeing or superseding everyone. And like you're saying, public attacks by the government is just mind blowing to me. People don't understand that, and it's because they don't fucking read history.
Oh, I forgot. I have a message for you.
Me?
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh God.
Not me.
Red Wicker.
Oh God! Wait. Am I marked for death? Is he gonna like hand me a rose in public one day? Because that's possible.
No, he just wants us to be on YouTube because he says he will only watch us if we're on YouTube. If we live stream on YouTube.
Like, not where I post the videos to YouTube later, like a live stream thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually working on that on the week off next week. I think I can double cap. We're gonna try it when you come back.
I saw him on Saturday and he was in a karate gi with samurai swords in the front. Dude, he looked like the fucking Highlander. It was awesome. If Red's listening, dude, I love you. He looked awesome.
Red Wicker is the Highlander.
He is. No, 100%. If it came out that there can only be one, it will be Red Wicker.
Oh my goodness.
Timmy, I'm pretty sure you don't know this guy. I need you to know that he walked in my bar one night, unhooked his belt, put his arm in his belt, somehow rebelted it with one free arm, and walked around the whole night with one arm belted to his side and still left with some stranger.
He showed up at Ziggy's one night because Autumn is like, is that the guy that was throwing pop caps, the little pop snap things at Angela? He was hanging out outside, and every time Angela went to go get beer from the cooler, he would throw pop snaps at her. And I'm like, I don't know because I wasn't there that night, but that sounds like something Red would be doing.
Red Wicker would make a phenomenal Amazon Prime TV character.
Yes.
Like, we don't even need to change the name.
No.
Who's that? Red Wicker. Whoa.
That
John Wick killed 3 men with a pencil. Red Wicker killed 3 men with a toothpick.
One of my favorite stories is from 20 years ago when we all worked at Hard Rock, and Red was walking home from the bar, I think it was, and he walked through Dunbar Street and got chased by like 20 guys, and he wound up beating up all 20 guys.
Oh man.
Tim, he's a small dude. Man. He's like your size. Like he's not a giant man.
No,
like, he is a small little wiry dude, but like you couldn't pay me to fucking touch that man.
Nope. You couldn't touch him if you tried.
I am twice his size, and you could not give me enough money to try and fight Red.
Oh man. All right, well, let's move this one over. I got a little quote in the MCU world from Mike Coulter. So he got interviewed, I believe it was Variety. And it was Variety or one of the other articles I read kind of took a shot at Finn Jones. They were like, well, Mike Coulter is the only major defender to not be confirmed to come back. And they were just like, yeah, Finn Jones is over here. I don't really care much at all about him. Speaking of, do either of you even remember season 2 of Iron Fist?
Nope.
Was that the end is when he walks into the bar and has the guns?
The guns.
Okay, I remember the end of the second season of Iron Fist.
Do you remember anything from season 1 to the end of season 2?
I remember some fight in like a glass museum type thing. I remember they didn't show a fucking dragon.
Pretty sure there was a skeleton of a dragon. So apparently, I don't remember either. Like, and I'm pretty good with this shit. Apparently, season 2 ends, and Finn Jones' character is not the Iron Fist anymore. The Iron Fist is actually Colleen Wing.
Okay.
Can we just do that?
I'm fucking cool with that.
No one liked Finn Jones' character. I like him as an actor, but
I like Finn Jones, but like, yeah, no, he just, and I know it was the way that it was written, but I just also he wasn't very charismatic as it.
He wasn't a good Danny Rand. I do agree. Colleen Wing would, if we can phase that in. Eyes of Wakanda had a female Iron Fist. Like, we can do this.
Also, all right, hear me out on this. I think I finally realized why nobody liked Iron Fist and why I didn't like Iron Fist. What does Danny Rand look like in the comics? You don't fucking know, because he's always wearing his mask and his whole, he's wearing the mask, and he never wore the mask in Iron Fist. It was always just Danny Rand. You want, like, it's the same thing that
you want Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
kinda.
He should always have like, if he's going to be Iron Fist, he should have the mask on. How Iron Fist became Iron Fist is less fun than Iron Fist being Iron Fist, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. That's kind of like where I said the problem was we didn't need a Luke Cage and an Iron Fist show. We needed Heroes for Hire.
Well, you need Heroes for Hire, and you need Iron Fist to look like fucking Iron Fist, not some blonde-headed squiggly guy, with fucking Squidward hair. You needed you need Iron Fist, man. It's the same thing if you can't make a Deadpool movie and you just have Wade Wilson walking around. Like, you need him to look like Deadpool.
With that said, Netflix had mostly great hits with that stuff. They were allowed to miss.
Like, Jessica Jones is just Jessica Jones. It's just a chick in a leather jacket. Luke Cage is just Luke Cage. He's just a big black guy, should be in a yellow shirt. Daredevil, they gave him the mask. It's just they didn't do. And again, this isn't Finn Jones's problem. It's the people who made Iron Fist's problem. They didn't make Iron Fist, and I think that's where everybody had the problem with it.
Let's be real. Season 2 of Daredevil, people were kind of upset that you get him in the first episode fighting Bullseye, and then you don't see Daredevil again for like 4 or 5 episodes. And that was kind of a weird thing. I've never thought about it that way, but I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
So Mike Coulter says, he was asked, do you feel that there was still unfinished business with the MCU when that was done? He's like, look, I mean, here's the thing. I've been talking to Marvel. Jessica's back. There's a lot of story left to tell. I just think it'd be a shame for me not to pop back up. You know the hill I've been standing on for a very, very long time now. He's going to be in this season of Daredevil.
He should be.
You show Jessica Jones in the trailer. You don't need to show him. You have him pop back up. I heard a really great theory where a lot of people think that Doomsday is going to involve Cap has a kid and Thor now has a kid. And we don't really know what's going on with the X-Men portion of this yet, but it's a lot of things to do with kids. And there's the line in that 4th teaser trailer where Shuri says something like, everyone I care about's gone, which to me means where the fuck is the prince? Because you left us off with a Prince T'Challa.
Yeah.
At this point, could we just get Jessica and, Luke together and they could have their kid? That'd be great. Make them all parents at this point. Like, I heard that theory, right? And I was like, man, that would work. And I kind of want to see where he goes, where he got left off. I'd really like to see him come back, and he fits in really well just with that Daredevil universe. People were not going to see in the season of Daredevil Spider-Man.
I don't think we're getting Spider-Man in there. Yeah.
I'm giving up hope on that. So I love this man's name only because I feel like he should have been with Lieutenant Aldo Rain when they were pretending to be Italian filmmakers to infiltrate the Nazi party. His name is Dario Scarpadone, and he is the showrunner. He is the showrunner for Daredevil season 2, and he was asked why we don't get more crossovers. And I'm gonna paraphrase it. Scheduling's a motherfucker, man. You've got Tom Holland over in Europe filming this movie right now. Daredevil films predominantly in New York, I believe. You can't just be shooting Tom Holland across the pond when he's also dealing probably with reshoots for the Odyssey, doing press tour for the Odyssey. Basically, it just comes down to it's really hard to schedule all these actors around everything they're doing. Doomsday is shooting over there. Like, it's just not as simple as, hey, these guys would work really well together and people would love to see this. It's a much bigger ordeal to get these things moving together. He kind of made a joke about because everyone says, well, they're all in New York though. And it's just this whole thing. Well, they're uptown and we're downtown and we have our own pocket in Hell's Kitchen and that's our world. And sometimes some of our guys can take a vacation and appear in their stuff, but it's not as easy to make it go the other way with the shooting schedules, is basically what he said. Which really hurts my soul because I did want to see Spider-Man pop up on this. Somebody from the bigger MCU, and I think it's just really hard to not make it to bring up Fisk being mayor, especially after he mentions Spider-Man in the first season of Born Again.
Yeah.
So Timmy, you weren't on the last couple because you were on the cruise. Like, we were just saying, I kind of backed off the Fisk thing because apparently there is a lot with that Spider-Man contract that we'll touch on in a little bit. That's wild. But I guess there really were some logistic things with it when the agreements were made about, hey, we're going to put Tom Holland in the MCU. Something was said. Cool. You can use Kingpin, but only with, like, you can include Kingpin with our Spider-Man. He can be a Daredevil villain. We have our own villains. So, but also a lot of that can just be negotiating Sony and Marvel. Which is a good segue because Sony's going to reboot the Sonyverse. Yay. All right. Tom Rothman, not to be confused with Tom Rathman, 49er great. Had some interviews, or did an interview. He said a lot of stuff. They asked him, is this larger Sonyverse dead? And they did not mean the animated. They specifically brought up live action. No. And again, I'm going to paraphrase a little, but these are the big questions that stood out when I listened to the interview. Are you going back to it? Yes. And then that's when I screamed both internally and externally. Will it be the same character? Yeah. Mm-hmm. That hurt my soul. Will it be the same characters? It will be a fresh reboot. We will be using different people.
No, I don't want another Morbius movie.
Nobody wants a Morbius movie.
I also don't want another Venom movie. And for me to say that is fucking rough, man, because I fucking love Venom. And dude, I'm here for a Venom cartoon. You want to give me a Venom cartoon? I'm fucking here for it. I'm here for a Venom video game. I'm here for, you want to put Agent Venom in the MCU? I'm here for it. You want to make Venom a big bad guy? I'm here for it. Don't give me Lethal Protector again, man. Like, I'm fucking over it. Like, it wasn't good. None of this is good.
Can I throw something real quick into you? You said Venom video game. It's time the peasants do rejoice. Reynolds, Wolverine got a release date.
I saw that. Yes, I did see that.
Like specific or like a quarter?
September 15th, 2026 will be the Wolverine release date. And the peasants rejoice.
I did see that. So I'm very, very happy about that.
All right. I did not believe, and Adam in the live stream is like, thought of you guys when I saw the news. One Once again, didn't think I was going to try to take a positive spin on Paramount. I'm going to try to make a positive spin on this because other questions were asked. He said, we have a great relationship with Marvel right now. He praises Kevin Feige. He does all this. He basically was like, we took the opportunity to fold Iron Man into one of our Spider-Man movies. Why would you not jump at that opportunity? And we did. And it made a ton of money. And it's worked really well, and we're going to keep doing that. He really made it sound like we're going to allow some character crossovers. To the point, I would go as far as to say he made it sound like the entire catalog is open if Marvel is willing to work with some stuff. Some people think this just might be a tactic to sell.
I hope so. Because if you give me that same exact news and you're like, hey, Sony just sold to Marvel and they're going to reboot the Spider-Man verse. Yes, let's do it. Like, I'm here for that. You want to give me a 6 movies to lead up to a Sinister Six movie? Cool. You want to give me 6 movies from Sony to lead up to a Sinister Six movie? No. I'm good, man. I'll go watch Craven again.
Oh, buddy. It's funny. I was listening to John.
Bullshit.
He loves that movie, Timmy.
Again. No, I don't. But it's probably going to be better than whatever else they fucking put out.
It's like, at least I know what I'm getting into.
At least I know that
their old shitty one.
At least I know that it's the least shittiest movie that Sony can put out.
So look, did you know? And I would have lost money on this bet. If you take all the Sony movies, what they've spent on production and advertising, they have actually profited.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not saying a lot of money.
It's because of Venom, though, right? You're not counting Spider-Man.
No, Spider-Man counts.
Oh, then Spider-Man floated everything. Spider-Man floated everything.
It's
Take the
still
Spider-Mans
paying for
away.
everything now.
Yeah. Spider-Man is literally paying for all of the, like, I want to know if they made money. If you take the 3 Venoms, Madam Web, Morbius, and Craven, those 6 movies, did they turn a profit?
They probably did. Because Venom as a trilogy made $1.8 billion, which is a lot of money.
I know the 3 Venom movies did make money. I know even the last one, it sucked, but I know it still turned a profit.
You know, and here's the thing, like with what you're saying, I agree with you, but I don't feel like any of the other movies we mentioned, Morbius especially, like Morbius is the worst. Well, no. Craven is the best of the shit shows. How about that?
That's what it's the least shitty movie of the 6. I wouldn't even say it in a positive way. I would just say it's least shitty.
I'll give you that. Like, it is the least shitty. Like, Madam Web made $100 million.
Venom
worldwide.
1 was good. I liked Venom 1. It was new. It was good. I liked it. The other 2, though.
So a quick AI search says it's because of the Venom movies. Which the first 2 combined made 1.3 billion.
Ooh, yeah.
And then the third one was like 500 million.
Yeah, that checks because, like I said, it was 1.8 when I looked at it today.
Yep. So,
It's the other 3. The other 3 could not have made a profit. There's no way that the other 3 combined made a profit.
You know, Craven were failures. Morbius was a small loss, which I still think is the worst. But
oh, absolutely. But I was excited as fuck for that movie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say like I had bad intention. I was excited as fuck for that movie because it had you had Matt Smith in it. It was it was the first one. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking good. And that movie set the precedents for the next 2, to where like the only reason I saw Madam Web in the theater is because it was right after COVID, and it was like one of the first movies that you can see in the theater.
Really, the only reason I saw Madam Web in the theaters because I accidentally got drunk at the Italian place down the street from me and decided if I was going to watch this movie, I might as well go do that.
Yeah.
So I walked my happy ass into the movie theater, and it's so bad, man.
And we didn't, and none of us saw Morbius or saw Craven in the theater.
Correct.
And if Sony puts out another one of these Spider-Man list Spider-Man movies, I again will wait for it to fucking stream. I will not waste my money to go see that in the theaters.
The biggest problem with Morbius is I do not understand why these people are still getting jobs. One of the writers, their their best credit as a writer arguably is I believe it was Netflix Lost in Space series. Hands down. Second best thing ratings wise they've done was the Power Rangers reboot, which I didn't hate. They did The Last Witch Hunter. They did Dracula Untold. They did Gods of Egypt. They did Morbius. They did Madam Web. I just don't understand in a world where we have writers trying to get work, you're going back to the well with these people. So to circle that back, and actually Adam's like, Venom made money overseas, I believe. Check this one out. So Tom Rothman in an interview goes, he's very upset that No Way Home did not cross $2 billion. It did not premiere in China. Do you know why it did not premiere in China?
I don't know. Probably because was there a gay kiss in it or something?
The Statue of Liberty was in it.
Really?
This is stated by him in the interview. You see his mind kind of work to make sure he can say things correctly. And he goes, we did not premiere in China. And if we would have, the movie, we would have crossed $2 billion. They wanted the Statue of Liberty removed. That's like a massive set piece in that movie.
It's a massive set piece. Like, it's such a big set piece that Funko Pop has a 6-figure building set that builds the Statue of Liberty with all the people fighting on it.
I did not know that. Like the Marvel Legends, where you would buy them and you can make you buy the 6 or 5 figures and you get the Apocalypse. They all have like arms and legs.
It has like one piece. It's like Spider-Man fighting. It's like the right side. It's like Spider-Man fighting Sandman, and then you have one like Spider-Man fighting the Lizard, Spider-Man fighting the Goblin, and I think it's 6 of them, and it builds it might be 5, but it builds the Statue of Liberty.
Well, that did not go to China because of that. He was then asked, will the new movie have the Statue of Liberty in it? And he goes, nope. So apparently he also, this is, okay, getting back to the government. Had they done that, apparently he would have had to tell Congress that, which I think is kind of crazy, but interesting. He would have had to go in front of Congress and explain that, yeah, we have to remove the Statue of Liberty from this movie so that communist China would show it. We're in a really fucked up timeline.
Mm-hmm.
If someone can come fix it. All right, man. I'm going to try to positive spin this for you boys and get your thoughts on it. I don't think this is to set up a sale, but Lucasfilm sold for only $4 billion. And I did not say this earlier. Paramount overpaid for Warner Brothers a lot if the sale goes through. Like, from what everyone's saying, Paramount overpaid for Warner Brothers by 20-30% to get this sale to happen. When I said earlier that basically this kid wanted a movie studio and daddy did what he, like, Veruca Salt wanted a goddamn goose that lays gold eggs and she got it. And that's it. No, Veruca Salt chewed the gum. Who am I thinking of? Anyway, we know the reference I'm going with. But what if they allow the Peter Parker Spider-Verse to go and be in some Marvel movies and continue to co-produce with Marvel, and they just throw an offshoot and we get a live-action Miles? I think one of the bigger problems with these other Spider-Man movies that have failed are that they do not have Spider-Man in them.
Yes.
Okay. Does it have to be Peter Parker?
No.
Yes.
Really? you don't think that Across the Spider-Verse, both of those have done well enough that even the general audience now knows that there are so many iterations of Spider-Man that we can throw in a Spider-Gwen movie and a Miles movie and kind of make that make sense for people?
You can, but if you're going to do like the Spider-Verse thing with the Spider-Man universe with a Sinister Six, if you're going to move the Sinister Six to the MCU with Peter and then do its own versions of like the Ultimate Goblin and stuff like that in a Miles live action movie, cool, I'm here for that. Like that works. But if you're going to go again and do bring Morbius and do a Sinister Six, I feel like that has to be Miles can't get a Sinister Six movie before Peter gets a Sinister Six movie.
That's 100% what I was suggesting. Like what you said is what I meant. I don't like Sandman and Rhino and whoever you want over in Marvel. Cool.
Yes.
Let Miles have his own universe. And I feel like there are more than enough that you don't even need this Ultimate Goblin would be cool to see.
Ultimate Goblin would be really cool to see.
I'm not saying we can't cross certain villains over, but I feel like there are enough villains. If you have a Spider-Man movie where the entire first movie is him and the Prowler, and then we find out at the end of the movie it's his uncle, you've got a good setup right there.
Yep.
You have
absolutely.
Right? Like you have enough.
Yeah.
You have enough to do two different sets of Sinister Six where we don't have to cross a single one over.
I feel like a lot of the villains that we're getting in this new Spider-Man movie could have been saved for Miles. Like Tombstone, and if we are getting Mr. Negative and stuff like that, that all can be Miles, for Miles. You need the core ones. You need the Sandman and the Hydro Man and fucking Electro and Green Goblin and Rhino, and you need them with Peter. But like you said, his Spider-Man's rogue gallery is fucking bottomless almost. Like there's a lot of characters, even like C-list characters, that if you do them well enough live action, they're going to be superstars.
I'm not going to use the names because I don't want to drop spoilers, but I know when Timmy had found the Spider-Man synopsis online, and it's not the one that we read that's in the art book a couple weeks ago. His was a little more in depth, and I've seen it reported several places, so I do believe his is correct. I mean, there are a couple there that I'm surprised they're throwing in, but if they can make them work, go for it.
We've learned that if you could literally take a fucking C or a D-list character, and if they're done well enough, they will shine in a movie. Like just look at Guardians.
I'm not.
That whole franchise is C and D list characters, and all three of those movies fucking killed it, and they're great.
To the point where they've catapulted those characters to prominence in the comics now.
Absolutely, 100%.
Let's not pretend people cared about Groot or Star-Lord or Rocket.
Nope.
Star-Lord was Matthew Lillard in Scream yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Which I meant to ask you, if you do want to do a quick Scream recap once we're logged off, we're not going to make Timmy sit through that. We can always jump on real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say we don't do that live, though. Let's not do sports. Hold on.
It was good, though, man.
It was good. I got my marker so I can edit that out because we've done really well today and I'm not editing shit out. All right, and we're back. Like here's a list of people we could throw into a Miles universe that you don't necessarily need. You can have two Venoms, but he can have his own different Venom. The Tinkerer, who technically is in Spider-Man's universe, but is a little more prominent in Miles. Obviously, the Prowler. The Spot can work. The cartoon proves the Spot can work.
Yeah.
And you can use that too, multiverse. Throw me the gender swapped Doc Ock that we got in the cartoon. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of people.
Yeah.
This might not be a bad thing.
I mean, if we haven't gotten Chameleon yet. You can throw Chameleon in there. Like there's
I'm expecting him in this one.
Gotcha.
This is a very street level crime movie. I feel like coming up, and Chameleon is just going to work really well with Tombstone. I feel like.
Gotcha.
I mean, I hope they don't. Like, I don't want a street level Sinister Six.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things though. If we get Chameleon, I want the Chameleon Craven storyline. And I don't think you're going to get that because even though those two movies are out, we're not, or, even though Craven's out, I don't think he's going to continue that storyline with his brother, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, with what I said from that interview, if they're going to open the catalog to Marvel, Marvel can introduce their own Craven.
I mean, I liked Kick-Ass's Craven.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. That's not a good movie, but he does a great job in that movie.
That dude got fucking jacked for that movie. Him, and they actually did it right. Like the whole Morbius looked okay, but the picture of Craven with the lion draped over him on the throne looked comic accurate, man. That was the first time I looked at one of the things that Sony did, and I'm like, that really looks fucking good.
Yeah, it looked like it was taken straight from the comic cover.
Straight from the cover. Like it was perfect.
I don't think we can use him for one reason. He's Quicksilver too. Like, that is a problem.
I mean, they did it with Michael B. Jordan.
They did do it with Michael B. Jordan. I mean,
it's not like multiple people aren't multiple people in the MCU currently.
Right. But Michael B. Jordan, his Fantastic Four character was not in that universe. Introducing Aaron Taylor Johnson as Craven into this universe, he's already been Quicksilver. Like, I get what you're saying, but that's a little different. He's already been in this universe. That's my only problem. Because you know what, dude? He is a good Craven.
It would be awesome if fucking Craven comes in and you have a thing with like Hawkeye or something, and he looks at him, he's like, "You look familiar." He just
oh man, I don't know. Dude, he took the role seriously, and you're right, he was jacked.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to stop trying to make these guys anti-heroes instead of villains. They're still villains at the end of the day.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Craven is kind of of an anti-hero to enough, but he is a Spider-Man. He is a Spider-Man villain. Like his whole thing is he wants the hunt, and Spider-Man is the prey that got away, and it's his white whale. So he's constantly out hunting Spider-Man.
Look, if you named probably not even 10, 5, maybe 7 Spider-Man necessary stories, Craven's Last Hunt is there. There are individual issues where things happen, death of Gwen Stacy, death of Captain Stacy, Brand New Day. But in terms of pure Spider-Man storylines, it's very difficult for me to find a better one than Craven's Last Hunt, because that's the first time you really see Spider-Man kind of lose.
Yeah.
I don't know. My thoughts on the return of the Sonyverse is definitely interesting. I really wish they would get this third Across the Spider-Verse movie out of the way, because you need to do that before you can introduce Miles into live action.
Agreed, 100%.
I really am tired of seeing the fan casting of the gentleman from Stranger Things, because that's not going to happen. Lucas.
Oh yeah.
Caleb, whatever is. Caleb McLaughlin. He has been cast as him really, really, really heavily by a lot of people, and he made a comment that people took out of context that said he wanted to play Spider-Man or Miles Morales.
Gotcha.
Casey and the live.
So did Childish Gambino 10 years ago.
Donald Glover 10 years ago is still too old to play Miles Morales. I'm sorry.
Agreed.
With that said, he at least has a baby face when he shaves.
Yeah.
But I don't think that works. I don't know, like if you leave the Peter Parker of it all for the MCU, I could see a Sonyverse working if they just write good movies, and I feel like the Miles movie pretty much writes itself. Get the same people that did in Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I think it's Lord and Miller, actually. Like, let them go and be like, hey, we're going to let you do our stuff. And if Noir is a hit, then that's the play. Like, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, Casey was talking about Chris Evans being Cap and Storm, and Johnny Storm, but it goes back to what you were saying, where Johnny Storm was a Fox property. It's technically still Marvel, but it was a Fox property.
I mean,
so I see what you're saying.
I'm starting my coverage here Thursday with Dylan for doom scrolling, and yeah, I watched a Josh Trank Fantastic Four. I'm going to talk about Michael B. Jordan being Johnny Storm, and I hope in Secret Wars there is a him and Chris Evans meeting each other, but as Johnny Storms. Because Marvel still does drop that. Like, what if they both like flame on at the same? Like, what the fuck? Like the two of them can play that perfectly with their comic chops, and that is a scene I really, really want to see.
Mm.
But yeah, I just think, dude, there's other people we could have play Kraven. You know who'd be perfect for Kraven? The gentleman from The Mummy.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser would be a great. He'd be a great. Oded Fair, he played the Magi in the Mummy series.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Bro, 20 years ago, he's the perfect Kraven.
Yeah.
Could we just leave Morbius alone, though, forever?
It's Morbin time.
It's not Morbin time. As a matter of fact, can we leave Jared Leto out of these things?
Can Jared Leto just disappear? Like, can he just go back to My So-Called Life and just never appear again?
All right, so in the live stream, Casey's like, Buddy was brought into the Marvel Universe thanks to Deadpool. My argument with Kraven was, yes, we could bring him in and they look like certain characters that we know. But the problem is there's already an MCU character that looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson. So we would basically have three people with the same face running around now, and that's like, I think that's a little too much.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I mean, Morbius had some decent moments, like when the credits started. All right, a lot of the arguments I'm hearing are people just like, people are not going to understand. There's so much multiverse going on right now. I think your average viewer now has to be like, okay, there's different universe. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not that hard. I get it's a lot for people to get, but don't make it like the average viewer is that stupid. The biggest problem I think Marvel had was going in and being like, oh, you want to watch this movie? Cool. You've got to watch an entire season of WandaVision.
Mm.
If you don't watch Captain and Winter Soldier, you don't realize Sam is Captain America. Could you imagine being a movie-only person?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, Sam does get the shield, but you're missing an entire character arc where he gives the shield up because he doesn't think he's worthy, which that show really does hold up a lot better than I thought it did.
Mm.
Marvel's biggest problem is throwing in these movie or these TV shows and things you need to watch. They need to make them event films again, like straight up. And you just need to have these TV shows like Wonder Man that don't have to be in the fold of things that you can get away without watching. But we can fold the characters in with a couple lines, just a couple lines.
I'm wondering if that's why they don't want to do Fisk into Spider-Man, is because then that kind of makes you have to watch Daredevil.
I don't think
because if you don't watch any of the movies, you have no idea what's going on. That Fisk is mayor of New York and all this shit's gone down.
I would not be surprised if we get a mention of Fisk in this movie.
Yeah.
because Marvel does have the rights. You know, I don't know what the Sony agreement was, which Sony never had Kingpin anyway. Kingpin or
No.
yeah, so Sony
Kingpin
never had
was with Netflix the whole time.
yeah. So I think that was just like an agreement where, hey, if you do throw Kingpin in, we don't want him with Spider-Man. Like there were certain things in the contract that were like, Spider-Man cannot smoke, Spider-Man cannot sell drugs. Like this was part of the contract language that I found out this week. Spider-Man is not allowed to have sexual intercourse until he is X years old. He is also not allowed to do something with somebody younger than this. Spider-Man cannot have a kiss with another male character. Like the things that were thrown into this contract were kind of wild.
Spider-Man cannot shoot webs out of his wiener.
I hate you for this.
I know.
Yeah, Casey on the live stream, didn't Fox have Fox had Kingpin, so whenever the Spider-Man deal went down with Sony to use Tom Holland in Civil War, there was some agreement made where Kingpin will not be able to appear in a movie with Spider-Man. But right. Now that they have such a quote-unquote great relationship, I feel like they can work that out. So we also don't know if Kingpin's going to be mayor at the end of this season.
Right.
Like, your boy Matthew Lillard might take him out. We don't know.
That'd be awesome.
You were so happy to see Matthew Lillard yesterday. It was amazing.
He was so good in the new Scream. He was he was so good.
Oh, man. All right, so hear me out. I know it's a really good storyline for some people. For some people, hate it. There is too much to cover in the MCU, and Tom Holland is not going to hang around long enough. Moreland and his family would be a really fun group to throw in against Miles.
It would, but like the setup for that in order to do that, like that would be a really good. Honestly, that would be a really good Into the Spider-Verse 3 like bad guy leading into a fourth movie. Like if this wasn't going to be a trilogy, if this was going to be 4 movies, Moreland coming in the middle of Into the Spider-Verse 3 going into that, because I feel like you can't do that in one movie. Like that's a setup into like that's a lot of setup that you need to do, and Into the Spider-Verse has already done a lot of that setup, so I feel like that's why it works with that cartoon.
I think if you have the first movie with Prowler, and then the second movie, it turns out we go through the lore of the totems, and we have a Spider-Gwen movie in the process somewhere, and then they cross over, and it's the two of them fighting Moreland and his family. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's why, like, you need a few movies to set that up. Which, as I said, I feel like Into the Spider-Verse has already done the legwork for that.
We, along with Moreland, I do feel like we have the opportunity to set some clones up, and that could be a lot of fun.
I also think, in my opinion, I think Spider-Gwen, aka they don't even call her Spider-Gwen anymore. She's now Ghost Spider. I think Ghost Spider getting her own movie would be much better than anything Miles Morales at the moment.
I mean, here's the thing too.
Dude, I just want a Ghost Spider movie.
Look, dude, not to go back to Moreland again. You can include Moreland and still give Andrew Garfield his third movie. You can make him part of that storyline. And No Way Home proved there are a lot of people that would like to see that Andrew Garfield third get his trilogy.
Yeah.
Sony
I want Andrew Garfield to fight Venom, but
Tom Hardy.
No, like true Venom. Like give me a good Venom. I don't want Lethal Protector Venom, and I definitely don't want that 70s show Venom. I want real Venom.
Oh, that 70s show Venom. His name's Topher Grace.
Whatever his fucking name is.
Dude.
Forever that 70s show. Venom.
Yep. If the stranger is Darth Jason, he is definitely that 70s show Venom.
That 70s show Venom.
And that's how we're leaving this week. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks. As always, I'm Walt.
I'm Reynolds.
Nothing to me.
You guys take care of yourselves. And as always, binge responsibly.
Latest gators.
Hey guys, well that was this week's issue of the Late Night Nerd Podcast, a member of, you guessed it, the Late Night Nerd Podcast Network. Please send your questions, comments, or feedback to latenightnerd@gmail.com, and remember that is spelled the letter L, number 8, nightnerd@gmail.com. We thank you for listening in and would appreciate if you give us a follow, like, love, smash the bell, whatever it takes. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, hey, we apologize for our faces, but it's what we were given. Thank you guys. See you next week. And as always, binge responsibly.